done working with a for sale by owner, believe it or not, and the for sale by owner, he made a very poor choice in this case, and I'm going to share with you what he did and why it's important to make sure that even as a for sale by owner that you follow the standard protocols that all the real estate agents do. It's extremely important that you do this because otherwise you're going to set yourself up for failure, kind of like this poor gentleman did. What ended up happening in his case is he was so ready to sell the house that he didn't get his buyer to get him a pre-approval. And so this buyer came out and started going towards what he was doing, and they drug their feet in getting the application, and they signed the contract without a pre-approval. And they drug their feet on getting the approval in, and so, or the application in, so we could look at credit, income, and assets, which is the three main things that everybody has to go through when you're buying a house. And so what ended up happening with this is that the seller, in this case, had a deadline, a very specific deadline. He had to be in another state to start a job. He was already under contract to buy a home in another area. Because he was under contract, he was expecting the proceeds to be able to buy the house, to be able to move into the next state. Well, here's the problem. I finally got the application over the weekend, and the person had a 470 credit score. They're not buying anything on credit, and in fact, that 470 demonstrates that they don't have the ability to make a payment on time. And so in this case, when I broke the news to the poor seller, the seller absolutely lost his mind. And unfortunately, I do understand it, but he completely lost his mind with the idea that, in essence, he's not able to perform on the other side. I don't know if he's got a big deposit he's doing. I don't know what's happening on the other side when he's buying in the other state. But in essence, he got himself into such trouble that he had a mental breakdown. He had a mental breakdown from the stress. And so in this case, the word to the wise, once again, always get a pre-approval. It doesn't matter if you're for sale by owner, if you're what you're doing there, you have to make sure you go through the standard protocols to make sure that people in essence are able to perform when they're buying your house. And so if you're not going to use representation, you're not using a realtor, this is, I can't tell you how essential it is to make sure that you get this done, to get a pre-approval done so that in essence you're not getting yourself into trouble later. Well, anyway, just wanted to share that right now. I have sent him a bunch of different people who are looking for homes in that price range. Hopefully we can work something out for him and still close on time, because we can close in 2 weeks and he has to be there in 3. So in essence, I hope once he gets out of the hospital, which he's gone through a breakdown, once he's gone through the hospital and he gets out, maybe he can help negotiate a deal with some of these new people and they can turn it into something. Anyway, Chris Parks, Atlantic Coast Mortgage, never too busy for your referrals. Thank you for the opportunity to serve and get a pre-approval. Thanks.